here.
Welcome.
Hi.
We're the Arguing Goldfish.
We are, and we're fucking alone. Motherfuckers.
It's very lonely in this vehicle.
Two best friends with the attention span of a goldfish. We'll literally talk about anything and everything, and at some point, we'll argue about it. It's time for the Arguing Goldfish podcast.
Why is your dick out?
Why are you questioning it? You didn't question it earlier.
I'm just saying.
I like the breeze.
It's starting in. So I took off all week. In case you're following us on the timeline, this is April. So 13th. Oh,
15th.
today is tax day. How did you do on taxes? I'll tell you how I did on taxes. Where the fuck is my phone? You got my phone?
No, I do not have your phone.
I owed $6,200 in taxes this year. Yeah.
Yay!
Yay! Thanks, Obama.
I hope he sees that. He's just like, what the fuck did I do?
Yep. He knows what he did. Thanks. Also, I believe, sound of my people.
Put some soul in it.
Yeah, put some stank on it.
He did put some stank on it.
I think today is also Babe Ruth's birthday. And the reason why I said I think is I Googled things that happened in Baltimore today. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Something heroic is happening.
Yeah. Someone needs to get to their dialysis appointment.
Emergent dialysis.
But I Googled a lot of stuff today on like history of Baltimore and what happened today in Baltimore, and it said that today was the Great Baltimore City Fire, but that was in February. So I don't know.
Maybe it went a long time? I don't know.
I want to tell you right now.
Yeah.
If there was a city fire that lasted 3 months,
It was a big one.
that was a big fire. I have a story for you.
Actually, before you go off that, I have a bottle from that.
You have a bottle from what?
The Baltimore City Fire.
Explain.
So, when my grandparents died, their house got cleaned out, and all of the grandkids, their kids, everyone got something that they wanted to pass on to them. So I got a bunch of records and a bottle. And the bottle was from some glass-making bottle factory in the city. And the heat didn't melt the bottle completely, but it heated up the bottle enough that the neck warped.
Oh.
It made a 90-degree turn.
That's cool.
And
What was in the bottle?
Nothing. It was just air.
Oh, it was just a
It was
glass
just open.
bottle.
But the fact that it was so hot, it didn't completely warp
Sure.
and bend the bottle, but it was just enough for the neck to just turn and fix that way. I thought it was pretty neat, and I kept the bottle.
Did it have anything on it?
No, it doesn't have any label.
No
or nothing
labeling,
on it.
no,
Just
no embossing.
no, nothing. Just random thing.
Also, on today, April 15th, another significant event took place.
Okay.
The city's first woman postmaster was here in Baltimore. And the first Oriole game at the newly rebuilt Memorial Stadium on 33rd Street. But this is all according to
What year was that?
I don't know. 1954. Now, here's another piece of trivia or a history thing, but again, I can't verify because I didn't have enough time to Google everything and cross match and do all my own research. But they're saying in 1729,
I remember 1729 well.
April 15th, 1729, what happened that was very important to Baltimore?
I feel like I want to say the founding of Fells Point.
God, fuck you. It's the city of Baltimore was founded.
It's close.
I hate you. So
That was a guess.
Yeah, I was really hoping you were going to say something a lot more strange, but you always have to be right. So the first postmaster of Baltimore was Mary Catherine Goddard. I wonder if she's related to the Goddard people who did Goddard Space Station. Because there's a Goddard down off of 295, that big building. What's it called?
The Goddard Space Center.
It's a Goddard Space Station.
Yeah.
So, but according to Google, that's what happened today in. It also says today in history, April 15th, Jackie Robinson breaks the baseball-colored, players when he came into the ball thing in 1947.
That was back when baseball was still segregated, wasn't it?
Yes. But that's about as far as I can tell you because I don't follow sports.
I'm not a big sport. Hey, Sterling, can you give a...
Yeah. Let's ask me your question. Go ahead. Ask me your question.
Hey, Sterling, do you know when... Oh.
No, go ahead. No, say the whole question. Say the whole thing.
Which whole question?
Whatever question you want to talk about. Let's just ask him a question. Shirley, when did what was the final outcome of the Orioles game in that 33rd Street? Take your time. I'll wait.
Anytime now.
Anytime. Guy's full of knowledge when it comes to certain shit. He's got like that.
I think he's more full of shit than knowledge.
But he plays it well because he knows his shit. It's fascinating. But anyway, I have a very funny story for you.
I am
ready. First, we should talk about our social media.
We should.
And how we're on X, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, there's a Spotify, iHeartRadio. There's another social media thing that's out there that I'm forgetting.
All of them.
Yeah, we're on all of them. And it's all Arguing Goldfish. @ Arguing Goldfish.
That was grotesque.
Yes. And then since we're on that right now,
subscribe.
Support
us. The more you support, the more we can do.
Listen to this fucking guy. Listen to him.
We have tons of things we want to do. We want to take you on these adventures with us.
I don't.
Well, I do.
We have to thank some people.
We do.
We have supporters. People. We're growing to be. Technically we're Baltimore's #1 podcast. Technically, you'll be seeing that in the news coming really soon. But we have followers now, and people are starting to like our stuff. So I want to say thank you to Sherry, thank you to Kara, to John O, John E, producer Bill, Nick, Steve H, Greg. Who else are we missing? You think of anybody else?
We haven't mentioned you specifically. We appreciate everyone that supports us.
100%. And
family, friends, everyone.
People are liking us on social media, helping spread the word. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, forward it. Tell somebody. And we'll grow this thing to be the giant that it is. I was thinking, it'd be really cool. I was thinking about it maybe next month when we're even bigger than we are this month. Mm-hmm. We go to Elon and we put, we need to name the fish. I was thinking about that the other day.
He does need a name.
He needs a name. But how cool would it be to put on one of the big SpaceX rockets, just the giant fish?
I would love that.
That would be so funny.
If you have any suggestions or thoughts for the fish, we can make a contest. We can do anything.
Absolutely. What do you think about, if you had to name it right now? Because you're about to have a second baby.
I am about to have a second baby.
And how hard was it for you and your wife to come up with a name?
Wasn't.
Go get it, brothers! The fire engine looked very small.
It was still growing.
But
you got to water them.
So you knew ahead of time what you were going to name the child. Mm-hmm. You knew, how long did you know from the moment you were pregnant to the sex? Did you want to know the sex right away?
My wife, adamant about it. She's a planner. She wants to know. Me, I kind of wanted to wait a little bit and kind of just going to love the child either way.
Sure.
But it didn't really matter to me. All I want them is healthy.
Sure.
I want my wife to be healthy through everything.
Understood. But your
So I
first
didn't really
one,
care.
your first one was the surprise. We don't want to know nothing.
No, we
We're gonna-
found out like after 16 weeks.
Okay. And then you have the second one, and you're like, oh, you found out that it was a boy.
Mm-hmm.
How easy was it for you to name the first one?
First, it was a little bit of negotiation with my wife and I, back and forth, threw a couple names back and forth, but settled on something that we both like.
Okay. I'm just moving my mic real quick. Stand by 1 second. I just want to make sure we're not in the wind. I can't, by myself, cannot come up with what color tile I want to put in my bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And you're naming kids.
That's right.
I wanted to change my name when I was in middle school. I wanted to be called Zachary.
Zachary?
Zachary. I don't know why.
You don't look like a Zachary.
But it was a cool. I think because of Saved by the Bell. I think
like a Zach
because
Morris?
of Zach Moore. Yeah. And I'm only doing it because I can't think of how I ever came up with the word Zachary to be my name.
You know, there's a whole like video series talking about how Zach Morris is trash.
Oh, really? I can see that.
Zach Morris is trash.
Trash.
There's something trash, but it's just
Uh,
about how he's a terrible person.
It's gotta be tough being a child actor and then being thrown into such a thing where he became like a heartthrob and he was on television every day. It's gotta be tough for a kid to do that kind of stuff.
Do you think that dude still acts?
I think he's a big Christian guy right now, isn't he? Isn't he like real big into religion?
So he does act.
And I think he does a lot of those. What's that channel that the chicks that get the shit beat out of them all the time?
Hallmark?
Hallmark channels, yeah.
It's the same thing every time.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's bullshit.
Well, they're either getting the hell beat out of them, or they are a strong, independent businesswoman that goes back to the small town and rejoins the love of their life and decide that that's not the life they want to lead anymore. Abandon everything they worked for.
Horse shit.
Bullshit.
Gives women hope.
I was going to go a different route. Don't give up your dreams.
How about when the timer goes ding, the toast is done? How about that? Just anywho.
Sea rats.
Yep.
Lots of sea rats.
Anywho.
And they're feeding the sea rats.
I have a story to tell you. Are you ready for this? I'm gonna start this conversation by telling you what I'm about to tell you is 100% true.
I'm still stuck on the fact that they're that close to geese. Because geese are mean.
Until they're fed.
I mean, it's basically a cobra chicken.
Cobra chicken.
Cobra chicken. It's a bold move, Cotton. See how it plays out.
Well, we'll keep you up to date if they charge at them.
I mean,
Definitely take out.
over under one of them gets shit on.
Oh, that's
betting
a
one of them-
given. Yeah,
I bet
that's
there's a
given.
turd on one of them. All right, I'm sorry. I got distracted.
No problem. No. I'm going to tell you a story that absolutely happened to me.
Excellent.
100% true.
As all stories you tell are.
And it happened to me. Is today Monday or Tuesday?
Today would be Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday. It happened to me on Friday
Excellent.
at my house.
Okay.
Okay. So I need to start the story back a little bit. I'm just going to
I need you to paint the scene.
just rolling up the window. Just rolling up the window. Okay. 3 years ago, I purchased a door, an interior door from Lowe's.
Okay.
Big box store. You go into the door section, you pull the door out, and you go, this is the door I want. So Lowe's sends people to your house. They, very professional. The company measured the door, measured the hole, gave me everything that I would need. The trim, the nail, everything was all included in the price. But because the door hole is smaller than a normal door hole, became a custom door.
Okay.
So the $300 door now is a $1,200 door because now they have to custom make the size.
Okay.
Okay. So the door comes in 6-7 weeks later. I go pick it up, and during the purchase of the door, they said, we have a delivery service and an installation service. I said, cool. And they said, for $1,000 extra, we'll install the door. To me, the $1,000 extra seemed a bit high.
Sounds steep to me.
Sounds steep.
Sounds steep.
So I said, I will turn down the fee for the installation. I'll find a handyman. Thank you anyway. So I paid after taxes and everything. It was like 14 and change for the door. Okay. I now can't find a handyman. So I've already removed the old door. Now this door separates the basement of the house from the outside of the house. So I have what they call Bilko doors, or those orange doors that fold up like this. They're outside.
Okay.
And then you have your basement stairs. Okay. So, and then there's the door.
Okay.
I removed that door because I thought the door was going to just be put in.
Yeah.
This handyman would come in, zip, 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 done. Have a good day. That's 3 years ago.
What?
3 years ago, I bought the door. So my basement smells like outside, right? I have a lot of heat. I have a lot of moisture. I have the beginnings of some mold in my basement.
Okay.
It's damp. I'm running a fan full time in the basement. I got these, I got humidifiers. But the humidifiers don't do anything because there's constant, even though the Bilko doors are shut, there's still gaps. So there's rain coming in. It's a whole thing. I went through easily 5 or 6 handymen to come over to the house. They would quote it, and they would just basically tell me, and very nicely, that it's too small of a job. That they're not going to take the time out of their day for it. It's a 5-minute job for them, so they're not willing. So they would give you these outrageous prices. Oh, $2,000. It's basically a fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to be stupid enough to pay $2,000, I'll do it, but it's not worth my time. I was like, cool. And a couple people that I've had over my house to do it, I've escorted off of my property. One gentleman and I got into almost a fist fight in my basement over it. So, and then another guy came to my house, put it in, drilled it into the cinder block, said he was going to lunch, and never came back. All of his tools are at my house. 2 years. 2 years. It's been sitting there. Never came back.
Did you pay him?
No, he never. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing. So
He just left his tool. Like, how many tools are we talking about?
I got drills. I got Makita drills. I got a real big level, probably like a 6-foot level, because you need. So what I learned is through this process is that you have to plummet 3 different directions. It has to be level up and down, horizontal or vertical, horizontal, and almost at an as an angle.
Okay.
It's a whole thing. So a few weeks ago, I started this working out thing where I walk and run around my neighborhood. And as I was running through the neighborhood, I saw handyman service in my neighborhood.
Okay.
Called the guy. Hey, can you do this? Comes over, nicest guy on the planet. I said, this is the job. And I gave him, so I learned to incorporate more work so people would come and take time to do this job. So I knew I wanted to put ceiling fans in. I knew I wanted to put recessed lighting in. But however, each one of these things is very expensive. Okay. So guy comes over, he goes, yeah, I said, this is the order I want to do it. I want to do the door first. That's the most important to keep the environment out of my house. Then I want to put ceiling fans in, and then we'll do the recessed lighting, because that way I can afford this. I can do it in stages. Guy's like, I can do it. I can do it as early as a week from now. So I said, perfect. So I took off this whole week to do all this house stuff. Guy comes over, and very nice. Again, the service was perfect. He did everything he said he was going to do. And he's coming back because the other day he just did the door. And we were on talking terms about that. I just need the door done because I can't afford all this at one time. Cool. Okay. So he's in the basement. I said, if you need anything, I'm a great host. You want coffee? Because it was 8 o'clock in the morning. You want coffee? No, thank you. You want breakfast? No, thank you. How about you want me to bring you some lunch? Like, whatever you need, I'm here. So I'm in the garage cleaning it out, having a big clean out. And my phone goes off and it says, hey, can I borrow you for a second? So I walk downstairs. I'm like, hey, man, what you need? He's like, hey, can you help me with the door real quick? I need a second set of hands. Absolutely. So basically what he's done is he undrilled the original holes and he pulled the whole thing out. Comes in a frame.
Yeah.
And then the door is in the frame,
Yep.
and it's already got all the accoutrements to it. The handle, the door handles in it, the hinges, it's all done. So he pushes it back into the hole, and the door is open, and I'm holding it, and we got a level on it. He's like, just do it real slowly. So I'm like pulling it back. He's like, too much. So I push it forward, and right there, he's like, can you hold it? I'm like, yep. Zip, zip, zip. Puts 3 holes, puts it right in. He's like, perfect. I was like, cool. This is where it turns extremely odd.
Everything sounded good so far.
Sounds great. We've talked about his kids. We've talked about his wife. Talked about him being this, what he did before I mean, we've created a dialogue. I'm very comfortable with this man in my house. Everything's going well. Okay, so I'm holding the door. Zip, zip, zip. Got it. He's like, just let go, real easy. So I just real slightly just start opening my hands, and we notice that it's holding.
Yeah.
I said, cool. I said, you need anything else? He puts the drill down. He looks at me. Literally, I can feel his eyeballs going right through my optics.
Okay.
And I said, he goes, I need to apologize for something. And he couldn't be more serious in his life. And I was like, oh, okay. Is everything okay? Are you leaving? As a joke, because he knows the other guy left. He goes, I called you for help. And as you were walking down the steps, Jacob, my hand to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. This man looked at me and said, while you were walking down the stairs, I tooted. This man is 45 years old.
Did he?
Looked at me with the seriousness of the fact, like, he is about to tell his wife that he has testicular cancer. Like, he is that serious, and he is focused in, he is pinpointing me. And a grown-ass man said the word tooted.
It's a hard-working, blue-collar guy.
No.
Tooted.
Incorrect. Imagine an IT specialist
Okay.
who no longer likes to do IT work,
Okay.
has learned how to pick up a hammer,
Got it.
and now is a handyman.
Okay.
Okay. Super soft hands,
Yeah.
no calluses,
No one.
but has the brain power to know how to do something.
Okay.
So, prior to him going to the basement to do the basement, he started with, it just so happened that the night before this guy was coming over, for some reason my new toilet started to not flush. Now, I tell you, it's a new toilet. It's probably 6 months old. It's one of those brand new uncloggable or anti-clog. It's the one where they put 12 golf balls in it and they flush it and it goes down. No problem. But the water's going down, or the toilet bowl makes the flush sound, but all the water's not going down. So I was like, wonderful. However, I have a handyman coming over in the morning, so I'm not freaking out. So he walks in. I was like, hey, you mind looking at my shitter real quick? So he gets in there and he's like, yeah, I can't figure, like, we're flushing it. The water company's going to love me next month. No shit. They're going to fucking love me. And he's flushing, and again, the water comes up and it goes down. But it's not a flush like that, right?
Yeah. You want a forceful flush with that bad boy?
Yeah. I want it to be how it was 48 hours ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So he now is under the impression that underneath the lip of your bowl are these little jets, and that's where the water comes down to basically clean the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's telling me that those are clogged. So he's in there scraping them all out. And he's telling me that there's calcification. And I said, first of all, that can't be true because the tool isn't that old for calcification. Fun fact, every male in my family is a fucking licensed plumber. Every male plumber. Or every male family member is a plumber. So I kind of know it's like medicine for us. Like,
Yeah.
the heart works, it pumps the blood. I know there's no electric to a toilet. You push the button, it opens the flapper, the tank that holds the water forces the water down. It's all gravity fed.
Yeah.
He's telling me that it's something, and I said, I don't think that's correct. So he leaves, he comes back, and he's like, so while he leaves to go get some tools at his house, which is literally a block away, I call a plumber. And I said, hey, great group of guys. I was like, can you come? I got a clogged shitter. So yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. Cool, thanks. So He spends an hour trying to unclog my toilet, doesn't unclog it, and goes, yeah, I don't know what to do. And I went, it's okay. I've already took provisions. I didn't want to tell him. I didn't want to hurt his feelings. So he's downstairs. He's tooting in my basement, and I've been apparently I'm mouth breathing it in. So that's a lot of fun. So, again, nicest guy in the world. I can tell. I feel like he's a church-going guy, really into his kids, like enjoys life. Like this is a guy, but fucking used the word tooted in my fucking presence. Looked me in the eye and said I tooted.
Couldn't even like do like a bust ass. Sorry about
Why
that.
bring it up at all?
I don't know.
So, he leaves. 2 minutes later, the plumber shows up. This is a fucking man's man. This guy's covered in tattoos. This guy's got tools in his hand. Covered in just dirt. And I was like, I'm going to be offended if he doesn't fart in my house. Because this is a man's man. Like, I feel comfortable. I would curl up in your shoulder and go to sleep because I feel comfort with you. The other one, I feel like, I'm not going to lie. If we're in jail, he's holding pockets and he's definitely the bitch. Like, and I mean this with all due respect when you see this video, but I'm surprised that hammer didn't fall out of your hand because it's smooth. Anyway, off topic. So the plumber comes in, he's got this beautiful tool I've never seen before. It's basically, I think he called it an auger, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if that's the real name for it, but if you've ever used a snake where you pull the thing out, you stick it in the hole, and then you turn it.
Yeah.
This one is a handheld one, like a long stick.
Mm-hmm.
So he just fucking puts the thing in there and he just starts cranking. And then as he's cranking, he pushes the handle down. It goes, and I was like, fuck, this is great. And he's like, yeah, it's done. Wonderful. He was in and out a couple minutes, cost me $140. It is what it is, right? I needed my shitter unclogged, and it was a Saturday. So
Big pooping day Sundays.
Well, my biggest fear is I have a second bathroom, but my fear was to not flush like paper products down it because again, you could pee in it and the pee was going down, but the water, it just took forever for the water to go down. And I was like, okay. So it wasn't that big a deal, but at the end of the day, you just want it to be perfect. So, but the handyman spent 6 hours on my basement door at $125 an hour. Now, he did save me money because it would have cost me $1,100 to install the door for Sears or Lowe's. Hindsight, if you've ever been offered that, again, where someone says, well, we have a service for that, just take it. Just pay for it. Saves you the headache. And the guy did a perfect job. The door opens. When you open it, it stays still. It doesn't drift. It latches. I had the door shut, and I was using shims to keep the door. I would put the shims in the crack of the door just to keep the door shut. So, yeah. A grown-ass man said the word tooted in my house.
Tooted.
So, that's what I have to offer today.
You know, that had a couple. I thought that was going to go a darker direction.
Well, I don't want to say anything else that may or may not of what I perceive to have happened in my basement between he and I. I don't think people of his family would understand that story. So I'm gonna just edit that stuff out.
We'll just leave it there.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there. It was a hard sell, but nicest. And he's coming back. Oh, and then we got into a discussion because I said, hey, I ordered my fans from Lowe's.com. Sorry for the shout out, but it took 9 fucking days for a fucking fan to show up. They just came in today. I ordered them over 2 weeks ago.
Sounds egregious.
It's a bit much. And they're not even like what I would consider, they're nothing special.
It's not like a specialty built fan or something.
No. I put 4 fans. I'm putting 4 fans in. 3 of the bedrooms will have the exact same fan, same exact color, same exact lighting. And the one in the bed, I'm tall. I'm over 6 feet tall. So he had talked me into putting one in the living room with no lights because I'm going to put all that.
Yeah.
So we're talking about it. And I'm like, hey, how do you want to set up the lights? How do you want to do this? And he's like, show me. I said, do you want to go up in the attic to see? Because he keeps asking me questions about the attic. So I pull the door down. And we go up to the attic, and it's completely open. There's nothing in the attic. And he's like, oh, yeah. But the problem is he's now backwards. he's pointing to the back of the house and told me, and I'm like, no, house is this way. He's like, no. I said, trust me, I'm in the basement, or I'm in the garage, and I can see the front fucking door. So obviously this is the front of the fucking house. So where you are, sir, is the back of the fucking house. So he comes down and goes, oh yeah, it was backwards. Yes, you were. Because I said, now, I'm not always right. But when I'm wrong, I'm right. I know when I'm not right. I don't know when
That was a very confusing statement.
It just never happens. Especially when I'm standing where the fucking door is. Like, I'm like, oh, you're backwards. No, this is the front of the house. I went, no, it's not. So he had to literally come out of the base and go down the steps. They went, oh, I'm backwards. Yes, you were. But anyway, so that happened to me. That really happened to me.
Just tooted.
If you were in that predicament, what would you do? Here's the thing. Let's say you're the handyman. Let's say you rip an anal fistula tearing fart in my basement. Just a...
Now, is this a before or after you come down?
I'll even do this. Let's say it's there while I'm holding the door.
I'm doing hard eye contact and not mentioning it.
Sure. But who gives a shit?
I'm going to dominate. Hard eye contact. You own it.
I got to the point where I was like, I think I'm offended that you told me. I expect a guy to do that. It's just what we do. Like, I get it. It slipped out. It's embarrassing. And I don't know if he was trying to cover up because I walked into some, shit cloud. But I that's my nose all the time. That's it. Like, I can't smell anything. So I just felt very uncomfortable in my own house.
I feel like his build up to it was the...
Yeah. If he'd have just said, hey, man, sorry. In case you smell something, I busted ass.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
It would have been a simple in and out.
Yeah.
Simple. Nothing like, I never even would have thought about it again. But the fact that he announced to the level of cancer that dear, I have testicular cancer, I'm going to die next week. To the level of how serious he was when he told me he farted in my basement.
That was too much lead up.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much lead up.
Okay, I don't want to point the camera around, but the people who were feeding the ducks just a moment ago, one of them is blind. So here's a fun fact: she wouldn't know if she was feeding ducks or fucking putting trash on the ground. I once transported a gentleman.
That I didn't even notice.
Yeah. She doesn't know what a bird looks like.
How horrifying would that be, you think? They're just like fluttering around you?
What if that big fucking goose just came over with his arms out?
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're going to go feed some pigeons, and it's like, you throw some geese in there? Yeah. That's got to be horrifying.
I once transported a blind gentleman from his home to his office every day for work. That was part of my job back in the day. He tells me, hey, I don't need you next week. I'm going on a cruise. I laughed hysterically. Why would a blind man go on a cruise? You could literally put him in the shower and spritz him with water every other day. He wouldn't know a fucking difference from the shower. And then what really made me laugh is I started taking a whole bunch of pictures with my phone at the time, but in complete darkness. And I sent them to people saying that these were his pictures from when he was on the cruise. It's black.
I mean, there's a whole institute down, it's like off a key highway.
Sure.
Southern Baltimore. It's the Institute of the Blind.
Absolutely.
They've got a very big sign.
That's almost as funny as when the Orioles play with Braille on their uniforms. You seen it?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't
get it.
Yeah, they're trying too hard. Like, it's almost so inclusive it's offensive.
Yeah.
Because how awkward, like, you're just going up and just like, oh, number 32.
Are you constantly feeling for Braille if you're blind? I mean, I get it when you go to the ATM, there's Braille there, but like, are you?
We have questions.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Like, are you constantly just looking for Braille? And can you all? I don't think everyone who's blind can read Braille. I think that's a studied, applied study thing. Like, I think you have to work for that.
I mean, I have questions. Like does ADA require, like in elevators, for instance, you see like little Braille on the numbers?
Yeah.
Is that a requirement? Like, do you?
Well, especially with working with a blind man, when I took him to and from work, I understand the difficulties it is of a blind person. And why don't elevators, especially where we work, that has a lot of elevators, why don't they announce where they are? Second floor, bing.
The public elevators do.
Yeah, but it should just be a thing. Like, why isn't it just? How hard is it to? I mean, I don't know.
Many questions.
I just feel like there's a missed opportunity. But what do I know?
They're probably more expensive. People trying not to bust the bank.
I guess it's an unfortunate event that we always have to revert back to money.
Always.
So
runs everything.
That's my story.
No, not bad.
Did you like it?
I tooted.
I did. Yeah. Producer Bill loved the story. Loved it. He said you have to say that on the next pod, and I was like, you know what? I was going to totally do this one, but you know what? You're right. I'm going to do I'm going to do real life. Yes, I have a very interesting life. The things that I get myself involved in. Do you got a minute to talk about what happened on the way in?
I do have a minute to talk about it.
I'm not a road rage guy. I'm not a road rage guy by any means. I love to drive. I love the fact that there's traffic, and I go, oh, okay, I just got to apply some extra time to it. It's going to take me longer to get to where I need to go because we have traffic. It's part of life, especially the hour that I was driving. I know there's going to be traffic.
I got a little bit of road rage.
Sure.
I mean, I keep it contained, but I do a lot of yelling.
So I was driving down the road. I was coming off of 83 to come here, and as I was coming through the city, someone behind me keeps beeping the horn. Now, I can only go as fast as the guy in front of me. And we're at every other, like, you know what the city's like. There's a traffic light every, couple hundred feet. And he keeps it boop, boop. And I see him doing this in the rear view, telling me to move forward. And I'm like, I can't. So after like the fifth or sixth time of him doing this at a red light, I got out of the car. And I have a toothpick in my mouth, a flossy.
Okay.
I go walking up to his car, and I'm like, where the fuck do you think I'm going to fucking go? And I flicked the thing at him, and he went. He's an older gentleman, and that's the only reason why I think I got so ballsy is because I didn't really fear him.
Yeah.
But, like, calm the fuck down. Like, you can see there's a line of traffic. Like, I get it. He's probably not even beeping the horn at me. He's probably beeping the horn at the situation. Like, can we just get the fuck up the road? I get it. But how about calm the fuck down? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's too early for your shit. And here's another thing. I'm a nighttime guy. It's already too late for your shit. So just calm the fuck down.
I feel like people don't want to take that into account.
Sure.
That it's going to be garbage. And it's like you said, the situation, not necessarily the person in front of them, but that's who they're going to kind of put it on. Like you're mad about this traffic not moving. So you're just going to honk at the situation. But the person in front of you is the one taking the brunt of that.
Right. But what does the horn blowing do for anything?
Nothing.
Exactly. So he was an older gentleman. I think he was just set in his ways. But I'm telling you, I would have no problem. If he would have opened that door, if he would have opened the driver's side door, I would have fucking ripped it. I would have. There's a blogger behind us. There's a blogger.
We're seeing one in the wild.
Yeah, so.
I feel like the vehicles themselves empower people to do this kind of stuff. Normally someone that would be very timid or just unconfrontational, they have the power of a vehicle beneath them now and the shell around them, and they can kind of express this stuff and feel like they can do it with impunity.
I agree with you 1,000%. I feel like when you're in your own environment, you feel invincible. It's like when you wear the football outfit or the helmet with the shoulder pads, you feel like you're almost invincible. You can hit the next person. I'm telling you now, my hand to Christ, if his hand would have touched that door handle, I would have I already played out in my head. He would have opened the door and he would have put his leg out. And I was running towards it. I would have shoulder tackled the door. I would have amputated his leg. I was that furious. I was that furious. I was so mad at him. And he jumped back like I shot a bullet through his windshield when I flung my Razor Ramon style. I was like, hey, like that. And he was like, oh.
Just every person I see speeding, driving like an asshole, honking as soon as the light turns green. You don't even have a second for your brain to compute green light, and they're laying on the horn. Just cowards.
Look, if we're going to go deep into this, I drive a 4-cylinder car.
Yeah.
This is a Toyota Corolla. I drive up and down 83 to and from home, to and from work. I got people that ride my ass that have like trucks, for example, V8 engines. Of course you're going to go faster than me. Why ride my ass?
There's no point in
I
it.
just don't get it. That's a Maserati.
It's a Maserati.
It's a Maserati.
Maserati. Yeah. Buongiorno. Pizza Ferrari.
It's a piece of shit. You can't say that. Why? It's a Ferrari.
It's a Ferrari.
Yeah, so. And that was at 9
Change lanes.
That was 9 o'clock this morning.
It's too early for that fuckery.
Driving in this morning, just to come here, it was like 8:15ish when I was on the road. At 75 miles an hour, I was the slowest person on 83.
Sounds about right.
I literally at one point was like, I'm going to start counting the cars that passed me and go, hey, Jake, what does the number 703 mean to you? And you go, oh, and I'm like, yeah, that's how many cars passed me coming down here. Like, I passed no one. 83 is a fucking F1 style straight racetrack.
I don't see the point in going that fast. You know where you got to go. Leave with the appropriate amount of time. Be safe about it.
So I get it. But, like, just calm down.
Yeah. Everyone's so wound up about everything.
Is going to jail for fighting over fucking which guy goes faster? It's a whole my dick is bigger than your thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes no sense. Like there's no reason for that.
If everybody just calm down a little bit, we'd be a lot happier.
Just calm down. Calm down.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Calm down.
You got anything to add?
Yeah.
You hungry?
Always hungry.
Hungry for
Fat.
something to eat?
Yeah.
With that, we're leaving you, sexy bitches.
Thank you for watching
Thank
and listening.
you and you and you. Hey, back there.
Did you get them?
Too?
Did you get them?
That one over there?
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Email Jake. He loves to read emails.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Loves them.
Love them. It's just fantastic.
arguinggoldfish@gmail.com and all the social medias. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, tell somebody, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Have a good one.
Hugs and kisses.
The Arguing Goldfish Podcast.
Thanks, Obama.
I hope he sees that. He's just like, what the fuck?